Sometimes we like to talk about, or we feel we should talk about some deaths in the workplace as heroism. It could be the bush firefighter, it could be the policeman in the line of duty, it could be someone in a mine shaft trying to rescue someone else. But I'm afraid to say that I think many workplace deaths have a pointlessness to them, a sudden arbitrary twist of fate, which is the real story. Electrocution, scaffolding that falls in preventably, a cloud of gas in a confined space, a piece of machinery that goes berserk, an unguarded pinch point in a conveyor system.
This is a memorial for perpetuity to all those workers who are killed at work or as a result of their work. And this is a place where people can come and actually remember and pay tribute to those people, and where those other people who may have witnessed the accident or have had a workplace injury can come and also reflect about workers and their role in building this country.
The ACTU and indeed all Australian unions welcome the unveiling of the National Workers' Memorial on International Workers' Memorial Day. This memorial is important in the development of our nation. It recognises that far too many Australian workers have been injured and lost their lives at work. Personally, I've been involved in 2 workplace fatalities, needless deaths, and this memorial will perpetuate the memory of those Australian workers who have lost their lives at work, the 2 people that I was involved with, and the many, many others that have died.
We hope that families do come and use this place as a place of remembrance and a place of paying tribute to that family member. And we will certainly, as unions, use this place as a gathering place to commemorate.
It is good that business is here, and it is good that this proposal has been bipartisan. But I should also say that when you think about the pointlessness of some deaths, it is the union movement that fights the posthumous cases for reparation, apology and subsequent safety measures. Unions do this to try and help fill that hole of sorrow that has happened.
There had to be a memorial for workers who had lost their lives building this nation. This was part of the International Day of Mourning. That's one of the things that spurred me to recognise those that have lost their lives as a result of workplace injury or disease.
The opening of this memorial today is a fantastic tribute to the many unfortunate people who have been killed or died from workplace injuries over many years. Our industry, the plumbing industry, is probably one of the most dangerous ones, again, from trench collapses to falling from heights off roofs. Unfortunately, I've had to help some people that have gone through this. It's a tragic thing and something that the families never get over.
Our members face a lot of dangers in their job, and there's a lot of workplace deaths and injuries that happen in firefighting. But the biggest issue facing firefighters is cumulative injuries like cancer and the mental health impacts of actually attending work sites where workers have died. This is an important place for our members to remember those.
Up to 300 Australians every year get killed at work. This number is a secret number, I believe. I don't believe that Australians, by and large, appreciate what tragedy can occur in the blink of an eye in Australia's workplaces. But when you use a number like 300, it doesn't even begin to encapsulate the impact and the suffering.
In Canberra, unfortunately, we have the worst safety record in the construction industry across the whole of Australia. We have more deaths here and we have more serious injuries. We've had 4 people killed in quick succession on Canberra construction sites, and the pain and suffering of that has radiated not only from those families but through the whole community, and particularly the construction community.
As part of the Plumbers Union, in conjunction with the CFMEU and the ETU and the AMWU, the building trades group here in the ACT is very committed to ensuring the safety on all construction sites.
Our members as firefighters are often first responders to workplace deaths and injuries, and they see firsthand what it does to the workers on site, not just the people who have perished needlessly, but the workers that work with them.
It represents every state, and the ripple effect on the pavers is the ripple effect that someone losing their life has on the family, the friends and the relatives.
Australia has good workplace safety laws, but we need to strive to ensure those laws remain the very best that the world can offer.
Occupational health and safety should be the first concern of all workers in their workplace, that nobody should have to experience a family member not coming home as a result of having lost their life at work.
Any of us, employers, union reps, human beings, who know close up how hard it is on the widows and the sons and the daughters and the mothers and the fathers and the brothers and the sisters, whose minds forever tumble with the possibility lost now that it might never have happened. Had there been perhaps better precautions on the day of days that ends a story for people that should still be going on. And given that there is no comfort, which despite all our love we can give people, really for the death of the young, or the youthful married, or the middle-aged, or the formerly middle-aged, with unfinished business of love and family, parenting, with Christmas dinners with grandchildren they'll now never meet, at least here there'll be a chance to spend some quiet time recalling that.
That Saturday when Ben was killed, Jack said, "Hey Mum, what's the police car doing here? I thought they were at the wrong house." And then came the knock on the door that has changed our lives forever. When she asked me to sit down, I knew Ben was dead.
It's so important that we do recognise that work can be extremely dangerous, and that we need to take every step we possibly can to try and deal with it.
I was lucky that my last phone conversation with Ben was about how proud I was of him and how much I loved him. Now every time that phone rings, my heart stops. I want with all my soul for it to be him, but it never will be.
To have somewhere in Canberra especially where family and friends can go to reflect on loved ones that are no longer going to come home, it's a fantastic thing, and it doesn't matter what political party or whether you're an employer or an employee, whether you're part of a union or not part of the union, people get killed at work. It's something that just doesn't have to happen.
There now lies a numbness within that cannot be expressed with words. No words can express the gut-wrenching loss, despair and emptiness that now fills our lives. My husband has always been very quiet and reserved, but now our house is filled with deafening silence.
Nothing is ever the same after a fatality at work, and nothing ever goes back to the way it was as much as you wish it could. And this memorial, at least, is a place to go, so that the conversations that people always want to have but can never have again because someone dies, at least there's momentarily an opportunity to remember and say perhaps some of the things that you just wished you had one more chance to say to someone who never came home.
We thank all of those people who have worked so tirelessly to bring this all together, and we hope that spirit of cooperation continues into the future. Thank you.